Welcome to Mission SONlight, a production of Network 7 Media Center. From the fords of Norway, to the city streets of London, to the Carpathian Mountains that border Poland, to the Greek islands in the Mediterranean, 22 countries comprise the Trans-European Division. More than 202 million people inhabit this region. It is among these people that 82,000 plus Seventh-day Adventist church members are on a journey of hope. The 1,165 congregations are diverse, but they all have one goal: to tell the story of Jesus to their friends and neighbors in their communities.
For years, we've heard of the challenges facing believers in Europe of telling the story of Jesus. Today, new methods are being used to tell the story to a new generation.
Within the Trans-European Division, we have a new vision about making God known in Europe. We are concentrating mostly on the Western and Northern European countries, and also on some Central European countries where nominal Christians are living. And this is how we feel that God is making Himself known to the various activities within the Trans-European Division.
A secular society creates challenges in finding meaningful ways to engage people and draw their attention to Bible truths. It takes creativity and a willingness to try new methods.
What we are planning here is to introduce a new type of evangelism within a European context, which means that we would like, first of all, to make an impact on the society. We would like to tackle certain social issues what Adventism has a say in, or can have a bigger impact than we had previously.
These things cannot happen without careful planning and preparation.
In the same time, we would like to analyze the mindset of people and see how we can address the teachings of the gospel, the teaching of the Bible, to that kind of mindset. So it requires quite a lot of preparation. It requires a kind of a research before we go live and we go and rent out a building. But it seems to us that it makes an impact on people's thinking and on people's behavior in the same time.
A practical type of evangelism is what is being developed and practiced in the Trans-European Division.
So these pilot projects, when we go out and do first, and in the same time we would like to invite people to experience the gospel rather than just listen to the gospel, turns the face of evangelism into a more practical. And let me tell you, it seems more difficult at first, but it becomes so natural when you present this. Because we've been teaching this in the Sabbath school, we've been preaching about this, but probably we never went out and tell people about this story which can change people's lives. So yes, there is a new approach to evangelism within the division.
During this quarter, you will learn about 5 projects that are receiving special focus and a portion of the 13th Sabbath offering. These projects include church plants and evangelism centers in Athens, Greece and Ohrid, Macedonia, 2 outreach projects named The Bible in 3D and Messy Church, as well as the remodeling of the women's dormitory at Newbold College, just outside London, England. In Greece, it is difficult for church members to engage others in conversations about spiritual matters. As in so many other areas of the world, when difficult time happens, hearts become softened and people seek answers to their questions and healing for their uncertainties.
Although Greece the last 2 years has difficulties with financial problems, our plan is to help the church in these difficult times to grow. Our plan is to have our venue and use it for 3 different purposes. The 3 plans that we have, it is first to use this venue as a school in which we are training people to be missionaries in Greece. The second is to use it as an evangelistic center in which we can make evangelistic programs. And the third, it is to use it as an English-speaking church.
U Republika Makedonija imamo jedan The Seventh-day Adventist Church in Macedonia is small, and there are many towns in which we do not have a presence. Our plan and our vision is to work in the new towns ready to start evangelistic meetings. One of these towns is Ohrid. In the summertime, there's a lot of tourists in this area.
Catching the attention of people is not easy in a world where media is constantly entertaining and engaging people. The Bible in 3D project has successfully reached the masses.
Bible 3D is a new initiative in order to reach out for postmodern people, especially in the Western and Northern European context. This is basically after studying the Bible, studying also the culture of that European context. And we decided to do something which would be very visual, and in the same time people can experience the story of the Bible. So we did not want to tell the story of Bible translations or how the Bible was written, but basically we wanted to tell this story of salvation from the Bible, which is the story of the great controversy in the same time.
Messy Church is an outreach program geared toward reaching unchurched families or families taking a break from church. Forming friendships and gaining trust lead to opportunities to tell the story of Jesus.
Our target audience are children and families from birth up until the age of 13. We want to encourage families to come along as a family unit. We want them to have fun together, to do crafts together, to sing together, to hear the stories together, to eat healthy food together, and also to learn about Jesus, learn about God.
The educational training of young people is an important part of the mission of our church.
Newbold College of Higher Education in England is the Trans-European division of Seventh-day Adventist's premier higher education institution. Instruction is in English. We attract students from all 22 countries of the division and further. In fact, right now on campus we have students from over 63 different countries of the world on campus. Many are pursuing study programs that will prepare them one day to work for the church somewhere in Europe. Many are studying theology, for preparing for pastoral ministry. Some are completing business or business management degrees to work in that area for the church. Others are here preparing to ultimately go and volunteer or serve on an assignment somewhere in Europe in a more missionary-oriented capacity.
Educational training at Newbold is more than the gaining of knowledge. It is also a time when students are learning about the mission and service opportunities to which they can dedicate their lives.
I think one of the important features that Newbold is seeking to promote is the idea that this very much for many students is a life-changing, faith-affirming part of their experience. And from here we have Newboldians, which is the term we use for students who've studied and moved on from their studies, but we have Newboldians scattered literally all over the world, and in many cases in very senior and significant roles. Typically working for not just the church, but not-for-profit organisations, organisations that are very mission-minded and service-oriented in terms of their work. And we believe here on campus that the experience that students have, not just with each other, and that's an incredibly special experience to be studying and becoming friends with fellow students from over 60 countries of the world, but the dynamic that plays out with staff, the opportunities that students have to participate in service projects, to learn what we mean by taking on a mission-minded, service-oriented mindset even while they're here as students. That I know is very appealing to many students, and is why they quite deliberately would choose to come a considerable distance to study at an institution that is much further away than perhaps their local institution.
Proper facilities are a necessary part of education.
We're standing in the foyer of Skoil House, the Women's Hall of Residence. This has been the main Women's Hall of Residence on campus now for well over 20 years. And of course, as buildings get used extensively every year, year after year, they start to get a little tired. On behalf of the young ladies that will benefit from the improvements and the refurbishment that goes on in this particular building, that you will know that in a small way you've contributed to a more global cause, and that is the preparation of young women who will continue to serve the church, who will continue to be passionate about their service and their ministry in whatever vocation and whatever part of the world that they find. And one day, maybe even in your church or where you are now, you'll get to meet a New Boldian, a young lady who spent time here studying, and then she can thank you personally for the improved room that she was able to stay in while she studied at New Bold College.
God is helping us a great deal, and this is how God is moving upon our hearts to find out new ways of evangelism, and this is the way how God is touching people out there in order to let Him known in the lives and also in the knowledge of people.
On Sabbath, December 28th, you will have the opportunity to give generously to the 5 projects of the Trans-European Division. Begin planning now for your gift that will change the lives of many you have never met. Reporting from the Trans-European Division, this is Mission SONlight, a production of Network 7 Media Center.